Hi Leo, this is your forecast for the month of August 2017. If you have visited me before, thank you for returning, and if you are new, welcome. This is a general reading for Leo Sun, Leo Rising, or Leo Moon. You might also find it helpful to watch your rising and moon sign. You can also join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily insights on tarot and astrology, as well as my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/thealchemistastrologer, for love, finance, and other readings. So Leo, this first week you have a major card. This is an important week for you. You may have some dealings with an important woman in your life. This could be your wife, your mother, your girlfriend, or somebody who has a maternal or nurturing presence in your life. This could be a woman who is helpful to you in some way. This could even be, a female employer, or maybe you have interactions with creative people, or this is just some woman of power and authority. If this is this could be the woman of your dreams. There's also a focus on fruitfulness, fertility, prosperity. So for some of you, pregnancy is highlighted. But this is about giving birth to something or continued growth of something. And so this could be a week where there's the birth of, again, a baby, the birth of a project, the birth of an idea, a concept, a relationship, a way of living. And there's a strong focus on the more earthy, sensual side of life, those things that bring pleasure to you. So this could be a week where, you're into food or cooking or gardening, beautifying your home, decorating in some way, beautifying yourself. So there's a focus on, comfort and pleasure and feeling good. Could be connection to your social status in some way. There's also, because, this card is strongly tied to the maternal, again, we have this nurturing influence where fertility and caring and the willingness to help others becomes very important. So this could be a week of fulfillment for you, where you're looking to get back some result from some hard work that you've been putting in. This might be focusing on, a dream that you have and that belief in that dream and creating your dream and following through on a vision. It's trying to create a reality where you feel good, you feel a sense of happiness, a sense of well-being. Now, if you are, putting in effort, again, you are reaping some kind of reward. You're on the right track, and you are likely to succeed in whatever it is that you're doing because you believe in it and you're babying that, you're growing it. And this is going to be a good week for you communication-wise. This card has ties to Venus, and so there could be a Taurus person that's important. But if not, Venus is the planet of attraction, and this card is all about the law of attraction. This is like, bring it to me. But not without setting the environment, the proper environment that would attract what you want. So this is going to give you the ability to have good communication with others. You're using your charm, your diplomacy, and you're maybe coming in contact with new connections, or you're improving the ones you're already within. Because this is a week where everything is enhanced for the better. So there's luck, there's opportunity, your talents could possibly bloom. Again, as long as you're putting in the time, energy, and effort. If this could be a week where if you're feeling comfortable, you're feeling good, I mean, look at this Empress. If you are feeling, at peace with yourself, you're comfortable financially, professionally, in your relationships, this is going to be a week where, that's very pleasurable for you. But if you are experiencing, some crisis in confidence because you want to be liked, you want to please others, you're becoming a people pleaser, then other people are going to abuse your generosity. They're going to take advantage of you, and you're going to find yourself in self-defeating exchanges with others. Now, the downside to this week is that because there's so much emphasis on the physical, on the pleasurable, it's very easy to go to extremes, to go to excess. And so self-indulgence can be a problem. This could be a week, where, you're eating too much sugar, or you're drinking too much alcohol, or you're eating too much, period, or you're just relaxing a bit too much. Maybe you are, I don't know, any kind of vice, you're taking it to the extreme. And in the extreme negative, this could be some kind of an addiction or compulsion. It could be sexual or gambling or substance abuse, or you're spending too much money, there's too much extravagance. This could also swing the other way, where you're doing too little of something. You could be too caught up in your comfort zone, where apathy and lack of motivation sets in. And so you're not attending to things when you should. It's, this devil-may-care attitude where, I'll get to it. And that can cause a setback for you on some level. Your reputation or your ability to achieve. So this is about, working toward that goal. And this is going to be a week where you're going to get close to the doorway of that if you don't actually achieve it. However, because you have these skills of communication, the better you use that, the more diplomatic, the easier it's going to be for you to come up with strategies that work, that give you small leaps. You're taking small steps to where you want to go, and these small steps are going to have a big impact for you in the future. Now, for some of you, whatever this is important to you, and you may be really vested in it, and if it's not moving along the way you want it to, or as quickly as you want it to, remember, this is about giving birth, and anything that gives, has to give birth, there's a gestation period. So you're having to wait, you're growing something, and you can become a little bit impatient with that. It may be necessary for you this week to sort of step back from a situation, something that maybe, you wanted to give up on. It wasn't going the way you wanted it to, but you just step back, gather yourself, gather your thoughts, and then you can go at it again. You feel better, you feel renewed. There's some renewed confidence. Now, again, in the negative, this is block development. There's something is not thriving. There's some stagnation taking place. Maybe again, the lack of motivation. You're disregarding opportunities. There's some kind of hardship that you're dealing with, or some kind of physical discomfort or emotional suffering on some way. There's a lack of productivity. And if that's the case for you, there's probably a need for you to sort out a situation. Really decide, on a practical level, what is real and what may not be, the best pursuit. So this could be a week where you're sorting out, the fiction from reality. You're cutting to the chase of a situation. But on the positive, this is a week of optimism, luck, and opportunity for you. Now, the second week you have this Queen of Wands. This is fire energy. This could very well be you. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Could be another person, or just the traits of this queen are important to this week. So this could be a week that is focused on leadership ability, business success, especially if last week you were involved in some kind of project. Now, if this is a person, maybe she's connected to, your interaction last week. This is somebody who is very career-minded. Could be somebody that is socially well-connected and very, some measure of expertise about something, maybe something technical or something creative. She's very good at, organizing things. Maybe she chairs an organization, or maybe she is, she's got some type of profession that puts her front and center. Because this is somebody who has a lot of magnetism, a lot of drawing power, and the ability to influence others. She knows how to promote her assets for personal gain. And there's fierce determination and passion behind it, and she's willing to pursue her own interests to make some things happen for herself. So this is a very dynamic personality. She's optimistic, and she's okay with competition. She loves money. She loves to express herself. And so this is a week of strong passion. Maybe your imagination is fired up and you are just really letting your creativity loose. You're starting something. You're taking the initiation toward a goal. And for some of you, maybe this is an extension of that Empress energy where you're feeling playful. You want to socialize. You want to mingle. Now, this could be a week where you want people to see you. You want to be noticed. You want to be appreciated. You want to be valued for who you are, what you're offering, what your talents are, what your virtues are. And this is going to be a week where you're going to attract a wide variety of people who are interested in you on whatever level, professional, personal. And these are interactions that you enjoy. These are like-minded people. They're people of interest. Their goals, their aspirations match yours. They give you some kind of stimulation, some kind of boost, and they quench that thirst you may have for some kind of change or adventure. Now, in the negative, this queen can be insensitive, or she can be irresponsible, or she can feel like she maybe knows a little bit more than what she pretends to be something other than what she is. She exaggerates herself a bit. On the other extreme, maybe she's feeling powerless. Maybe she's lacking the confidence and she's frustrated, which leads her into, fault finding, or her sense of well-being is upset, and maybe she's angry or jealous about something. So she may be working through some past issues that, make her feel a particular way. In the negative, because this person really wants to make something happen, they have a goal, they may see others as an accessory or a means to that goal. So this is a week to be mindful of using your influence, but in positive ways, not trying to meet your goals at the expense of others. Or it could be, if you're feeling powerless, you're realizing that you need to take some action. In fact, you may be so strongly focused on gaining some attention or trying to get recognition that you actually work against yourself by becoming a nuisance in some way. Now, the third week, again, a major card, important week. So you may be having, there's a lot of feminine energy in this reading. You may be having more dealings with women in your life. This could be a daughter, a sister, a single woman, somebody who has knowledge, some inside information. So this could be an advisor or a counselor, somebody dealing with psychological or emotional issues. If this is a lover, then this is somebody that perhaps is idealized. There are some qualities being projected onto this person that they may or may not have. This could be a week where there's an element of secrecy. Something could be going on behind the scenes, and that could be important. You may be trying to solve a mystery or trying to get to the bottom of something, And this is going to be a week where it's going to be very important that you rely on your inner voice. Your intuition is strong now, and it's important that you listen to it. There are some hidden influences in a situation, some things that have not yet been revealed. Now, if you're dealing with an emotional or psychological issue, this may tie back to some early conditioning, some memories that you have, some behavior patterns that have been ingrained in you, maybe since childhood. You may be dealing with the subconscious in some way. And so again, using your intuition is going to be very important because you're emotional this week as well, and other people sense that. In fact, if you're not careful, you can be overly emotional or hypersensitive. And it could be that you are looking at a situation and dealing with it, sort of a knee-jerk reaction. It is based on your past conditioning. You may be bringing your baggage to bear in a situation and looking at something through your own biased lens because you've had a particular experience that has shaped your outlook. So this is a week where it's important to see clearly, to be as objective as possible. In fact, in some instances, it may be necessary for you not to be involved in something, and you may decide not to get involved. This is passive energy where you're not necessarily putting things out there. You're not putting energy out into the external world. It's more receptive. You're taking things in and using your intuition to analyze and gain some kind of insight. So this is going to be a week where you're doing some re-evaluation. You are looking at something much more closely and rethinking whatever that is, whether it is a promise that was made, some objective that you want to reach, a relationship that you're involved in, a project that you've been working on, whatever it is, you are now looking at that and re-evaluating how you feel about it, what you believe about it. And your intuition should be kicking in and giving you some signals about whether you're on the right track so that you can move along more quickly. Now, this is going to be a week where opportunity shows up. It may be something financial, it could be something otherwise, but whatever it is, it's important for you to analyze and reevaluate whether it's right for you, because whatever this opportunity is, as so many things are in life, nothing is free, and that's the case for this opportunity. There are some conditions attached to it. So you're looking at your personal, your professional relationships, and they're undergoing some kind of change based on your analysis. And it's going to be very important for you to stick to what is the truth of a situation, not how you feel about something, but what is the fact of it. Part of it could be, maybe you're trying to protect somebody that you care about, and you're going, maybe perhaps stepping out of your lane in order to do it. And so in the process, it creates some challenge with you and another person. This could also be a week where, because you are looking at life through, a conditioned response, you may be involved in a situation where you resort to justifying your behavior in order to get the result you want. It's the ends justifies the means mentality, where, maybe you're trying to create a situation that is advantageous to you, or you're trying to overcome some type of challenge, or you want to just simply confuse your competitors or the people around you or someone you're involved with. So if that's the case, you could end up bringing on some kind of drama that in truth you really don't want to deal with. In the positive, this is about, again, channeling that intuition into harnessing your personal power, putting your will towards something that you want to create some kind of magic, some alchemy. Otherwise, it's this pattern thinking where you're stuck in a let-it consciousness. Now, the last week you have this Ace of Cups. So there's a new beginning for you emotionally on some level. Again, this growing intuition. You may be more psychic this week. You may be pulling yourself together in ways where you feel a greater sense of wholeness, where your mind, your body, and your spirit is working together in unison. This is a week of abundance. It could be new relationships, that birth or pregnancy could be in focus. There could be, the start of something creative that's important to you. It could be some emotional renewal. Maybe you're reviving a relationship. Maybe you're starting a partnership. Whatever it is, there is emotional force at your disposal. And you may be taking something ongoing, some relationship, into a new direction. But all of this is centered around emotional renewal or sensual passion in some way. So there could be a focus on dealing with lovers, artistic people, creative people, compassionate people, getting something off the ground that you are very emotionally tied to. And you're feeling very strongly about it. Your emotions are spilling over, and you're going to want to share those feelings and emotions with someone else. So this could be the week where you actually, put something out there, whether that's you tell somebody you love them or how you feel about them, or you put out a proposal of some sort, business, marriage, personal. You're passionate in what you feel, and you're expressing that. Maybe you're renewing something, your marriage vows. Maybe you're doing something surprising, some romantic gift or gesture to your lover. Or maybe you're receiving that. Or maybe you're feeling such emotional overwhelm that you are willing to be a victim of love. And we get back to that high priestess where, you could be projecting these qualities and you're feeling totally enamored with someone. It could also be that you're starting something. You're starting some new path, some new journey, some new horizon. You want to gain your freedom in some way. Now, in the negative, this is not getting back what you're putting in. The high priestess, again, may be this, somebody's not getting involved. And so we have unrequited love, where, going back to the Queen of Wands, somebody's involved wielding their influence, but really, somebody's used as an accessory. Maybe, somebody just for entertainment or to keep me occupied. So you're having to look at that. And so this could be a week where you're not getting what you want, or there's some kind of a delay, or somebody's playing with somebody's emotion, and you're not feeling the emotional fulfillment that you want to. So this could be a week of problems in a relationship for some of you, where there are issues of self-centeredness or manipulation, or even infertility. Maybe somebody wants to have a child and yet something is not coming together. But in the positive, this is about, again, taking something in a new direction, so maybe a much needed direction. Some of you may be realizing that you were moving something too fast, and that high priestess says, wait a minute, let me stop for a moment and think about, where we're headed here. So some of you may be running away from love, but in the positive, this is a card about sharing how you feel. Now, the underlying energy is this Emperor. And so at the root of your situations this month is the issue of control, security, feeling as if you are, you have a sense of belonging, whether that is belonging to another person, whether you fit into the company, the organization, the plan, the program. This is about, restoring law and order, especially where there has been some type of chaos. This could be a month that focuses on a father figure, a man of authority, somebody who holds some personal power or high position. It could be your opponent or a rival. Could be your employer. just somebody that holds some measure of power. Could be the company that you work for. But this is going to be a month that focuses on your own personal power, asserting yourself, dealing with authority, trying to create some type of structure for yourself that allows you to feel a sense of stability and achievement. So this is going to be a month where you apply your mental force towards something. You're feeling very strongly about something, very emotional about situations. You take things personally this month, and you are personally invested in a situation, and you're very protective of what you consider to be, you're protective of you and yours. And so you're going to want to be very direct. This is, sort of a take no prisoners attitude. You're very direct. You want to know where you stand in a situation. And for some of you, this is about gaining authority, taking your own personal power, being in charge of something. And you may be given the authority over something. You may have more responsibility this month. But you are ready to take this on because you want to create that sense of well-being and happiness that you want, that success, and you're willing to put yourself out there and do whatever is necessary. So for some of you, something is going to come up about perhaps an invitation, maybe socializing or creating a friendship, a partnership, or some opportunity, or perhaps even a romance that is beginning. For some of you, this is about power in the negative. Now, maybe you're dealing with people who are immature. Maybe you're dealing with bullies or people who abuse their power and authority. Maybe somebody is dependent on someone and that person is a burden in some way. This could be somebody that refuses to grow up. They're ineffectual. They don't know how to claim their power. This could be, the rebel, but the rebel without the cause. So this is a month where using power effectively is important. And so for some of you, it's going to be hard to get control of a situation. You're trying to push for something to make it go faster than it should, or that it even really needs to. And in the process of that, looking out for your own self-interest, trying to create this desired outcome, you're going to create more problems for yourself. This intensity, self-righteousness, is going to get you voted off the island. You're going to experience some social or emotional isolation for some reason. So it could be that, knowing when you have the power is important. There's some things that you don't have control over. You have control over your own free will and in some measure your circumstances. You do not have control over others and their choices and how you would like them to be. So this is a month of coming to terms with what may be difficult for you to accept. But if you resist that truth, you're going to have a very tumultuous period where your inner conflict is going to spill out into your physical well-being. So this is a month to be mindful of being overly petty, being controlling, being demanding, because you will find that you don't quite own the power that you think you do. Or maybe you're dealing with somebody else who is trying to exert their power over you, and they're going to have some comeuppance because you're going to let them know exactly where you stand and how you feel, and you're going to draw your line. So this is about, again, power. Now, decisions are going to be motivated by power issues, security issues, and the propensity toward drama or not. Either something is going to happen, where there's some intrigue, perhaps some scandalous situations, or you're going to decide that you're going to simplify your life and not deal with the nonsense. This is going to be a month of emotional development. Something is going on where there's an unstable situation. Now, that could be because somebody, is not rooted in reality, or it just could simply be that this is a work in progress. Something just simply has not taken form. I mean, the Empress says this is the birth of something. You are working on something. You're trying to bring something to life. But there are also some communication issues. Maybe somebody's not talking enough. They're not using their power. They're not asserting themselves, or there's some miscommunication. It could be that somebody's being illogical or irrational. And again, that could be that abuse of power, or the Empress's lack of motivation, her apathy in some way. But this is centered around trying to accept a situation for the truth of what it is, rather than the way you want it to be, which is very difficult for you for some reason. There's a feeling of confusion and some uncertainty about something, and trying to find some type of experienced counsel in order to get some help or some advice. So somebody, you may be dealing with issues that connect to recovery or addiction and seeking some help. There could be a desire to enjoy the moment, which supersedes the need to move some things forward. So I would say that Empress is something to be very mindful of this month. The Empress and the Emperor. This can be a power couple, and power struggles between a couple. And so issues can center around the use of power, using it destructively and abusing it, or self-indulgence, abusing the physical means to excess, whether that's food, sex, money, drugs, whatever it is. So issues of power and overindulgence are key this month for you. All right, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And of course, you can always book a personal reading at thealchemistastrologer.com.